So let's wrap it up. Uh, this week we're going to talk about visual elements of a brand. And visual elements of a brand or visual branding is actually the total sum of everything that the audience or your customer can see when they look at your brand. So it have to be really coherent with the other uh, branding elements, with the logo, the color, the typography. So whenever the audience saw your visual elements, they will remember your brand. And together, all those visual elements tells a story. So we already talked about the logo design, we already talked about typeface and color. So we're going to wrap it up with the layout, shapes and form, image, and other visual elements. So about shapes and form, what are your brand DNA shapes and form? You have to choose the exact shape and form that really relates to your brand DNA. Is it really natural? If it's natural, you have to choose maybe like organic kind of shapes and forms, because it reminds of comfort. And another example is circle. It reflects complete security movement. So it has to really represent your brand DNA meaning just by shapes and form. Take a look at IKEA brand shapes and form. It should be really different than the other furniture brand like Fapelo from Indonesia or Pro Design. Another thing is layout. Should be really simple, minimalistic, edgy, or vintage. Should be a lot of white spaces around the layout or not, or really full block there. And sometimes people forget about this matter is about the photography and other visual elements. So remember to use the same kind of photographic style, or at least a filter, so you have the consistency of the brand. So whenever you post whenever you post a photo, what kind of whatever photo it is, it should be really consistent with the brand DNA itself, because it makes user associate emotional values with brand image. Like this one, Lacoste, you can see that even though this is from different kind of campaign, maybe this one is maybe later than this one, but they have the same kind of style, the same kind of color, lighting, and spirit. You can feel that they have the same kind of active spirit inside the photo. They're jumping, and the easiest thing that to look is they use the same kind of race. All of the models are European. And this are another example. I bet this one is the latest one because they already find their diversity inside the photo, and they are still jumping. Another example is from Stasi. The same kind of punk rock kind of feeling, graffiti writings. Even though maybe this one they are talking about polo, but still feels like punk for me. This one is the latest one, but still a little bit kind of punk, represented by the dinosaur here. Imagine it's Louis Vuitton won't do this kind of thing. Kenzo with the bold colors. They have quirky kind of photography editing. They tend to have diversity on their photographic style. Of course, it's Kenzo. And I think it's more artistic. A lot of manipulation, photo manipulation here. And actually, you can apply all visual brand identity to a lot of things, not only on your product like stationery, packaging, but actually you can also apply it on your maybe office architecture, interior, corporate clothing, and other small materials that maybe people don't even think about it. So everything, all of your elements here will be based on the same kind of creative brief, the same kind of brand DNA. So everything is really consistent. This is the example of the stationery. Maybe business card, memos, invoice, letterheads, forms, envelopes, labels, even the screensaver. All of them will be in the same kind of visual elements. Packaging. Packaging is really the last thing that people will see before they really use the product. So make sure that the packaging is really express the brand personality. Don't make it really far from the identity itself. So think about your goals, think about your brand personality and other brands. Think about the materials. The materials will be really related to the color. The same kind of coat color, when it applied to another materials, it could be different. So really to think about these small things. These things matters. Like this one. Make sure if you want to use the other language, English, for your packaging or mass media, make sure it's correct English. Yeah, this one is the more creative ones. Maybe like this one, the shopping bag that turns into a clothes hanger. Poly bag, poly mailer with a really good copywriting. And this is the example of mine, because I want to really make sure that my customers knew where their purchase go. So because my brand will help innocent paws, I will let them know. And this is another brand from I forget, United States, I guess. It's Slash, and they have their own visual element style that is consistent in every store in every countries, because they have their guide, even the image guide, where how they should took a photo, what color should be on the photo, what kind of filter there is. They have their personality that translates into pictures, into visual. Make sure you can do it. You will do it on your brand. Architecture. They apply the same kind of personality on the store interior design. In the pop-up shop also. In the clothing. In the packaging. Everything. In IG posters, YouTube video, it's all consistent. So on this week, please set your brand's visual elements, make it really consistent with the brand DNA, with everything that you have already set up from the first beginning, from the week 8, I guess. So set your shapes and form, layouting styles, and other photography and visual elements. Please give us the reason why you chose that kind of shapes, styles, and everything, so we can really give you another input. And also implement the visual elements to stationery, packaging, and advertising material. And for the packaging, please make the flat pattern, the specification of the packaging, like what kind of paper that you use, what size is it, how you print it, everything. So this one is for the specification. That's it. Thank you.